Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari
Hare Krishna, everyone. Welcome back to the 20th episode of Pariprashna. So, Pariprashna is a podcast where we are making a humble attempt to share ancient wisdom for modern people. So, the scripture that we are currently discussing is the most glorious one, Srimad Bhagavatam. In the previous episode, we marveled at the glories of Srimad Bhagavatam, and in today's episode, we are going to enter into the sacred assembly of Naimisharanya, where all the sages gathered and their leader Shaunaka Rishi, they are going to pose 6 profound questions. So, what are those questions and how are these questions relevant for us even today? So, let us inquire about all this and more by way of asking questions and getting answers, seeking answers from His Grace Kamala Lochan Prabhu. So, Hare Krishna Prabhu, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna.
So, Prabhu, in the previous episode, we have already gotten a sneak peek into 1.1.1, the very first shloka. So, today, beginning with the second shloka, I'll just chant the shloka and then would like to ask a few questions related to this. Dharma projita kaitavotra paramam nirmatsaraణam satam vedyam vastavamatra vastu shivadam tapatrayonmulanam श्रीमद्भागवते महामुनिकृते किं वा परैरीश्वरा सद्यो हृद्यवरुध्यतेऽत्र कृतिभिः शुश्रूषुभिस्तत्क्षणात्. So, Prabhu, Bhagavatam is very upfront. It's not doing any false propaganda. Right in the beginning, Srimad Bhagavatam is saying, I am not here to cheat you. I'm not here to give you any Kaitava Dharma. And you have also quoted this shloka in the previous episode when you were explaining about how Srimad Bhagavatam is Amala Purana. So you talked about Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha being Mala, and the Amala, the purest, is Krishna Bhakti, Krishna Prema, and that is what Srimad Bhagavatam is here to give. So, on one hand, Srimad Bhagavatam is saying, I am here to give you the most valuable gift. I am not here to cheat you. But what can we do when we approach Srimad Bhagavatam that we are also very pure in our intention? So, we are ready to receive this most valuable gift that Srimad Bhagavatam is here to offer us.
Though Srimad Bhagavatam is Amala Purana
Mhm.
and it is meant for Nirmatsaranam Satam, still it is meant for everyone because of the mercy of Sukadeva Goswami. If it is meant only for Nirmatsaranam Satam, means those who are Nirmatsara,
Mhm.
those who don't have any enviousness in the heart, then hardly anybody is there in the world who is qualified to study Bhagavatam.
Okay.
So the Bhagavatam, though it is meant for Nirmatsaranam Satam, because of the mercy of Sukadeva Goswami, it has become available for everyone. How? This is found in the first canto, second chapter, where Sutta Goswami starts doing Mangalachan for Sukadeva Goswami. Because Sukadeva Goswami is a teacher of Sutta Goswami, and Sutta Goswami, before he starts answering the 6 questions which are asked to him by the sages of Naimishar in the first chapter,
Mhm.
first he pays obeisances to Sukadeva Goswami, from whom he heard Srimad Bhagavatam from.
Mhm.
Thereby glorifying Sukadeva Goswami, he says, Yahaswanubhamiklashrutisaramekam adhyatmadipam titirshitam tamondham sansarinam karunaya purana guhyam. So there he says, Sukadeva Goswami spoke this Bhagavatam for Sansarinam. Why he spoke to them? It is only meant for Paramahamsas. Karunaya. Because of his Karuna, he knew this Bhagavata is meant for Nirmatsaranam Satam, great sages, those who don't have any enviousness in their heart,
Mhm.
those are very pure. Though it is meant for pure, because of the Karuna of Sukadeva Goswami,
Mhm.
it is available even to sansaris, those who have got enviousness in their heart, those who have all kinds of kleshas in their heart, all kinds of contamination in the heart. The Bhagavatam is for everyone. Now going further, Vyasa, when he was asked by Narada,
Mhm.
Narada told Vyasa, Vyasa, write one book which is having no dharma, artha, kama, moksha, which is only oozing out Krishna prema. It should only have Krishna katha. It should only glorify bhakti to the extent that bhakti has to be described as superior to mukti. And you have to describe only Krishna's pastime. Then Vyasa argued with Narada that how is it if I write a book like that, who will study? Nobody is there.
Mm.
Then Narada tells Vyasa, oh Vyasa, don't worry about that. Because there are people who are interested in hearing such pure literature. And those who are interested in pure literature, they are definitely going to read the Bhagavatam. Hmm. And they will be reading it at the same time when they describe that Bhagavatam. Anatmanaha, those who are unintelligent, they also will relish.
Mm.
So Bhagavatam is meant for those who are nirmatsaranam satam, those who are purified. At the same time, those whose senses are not controlled.
Mm.
That is why he says, Vichakshano syarhati veditum vibho Vichakshanaha. In the 5th chapter, the first canto, 16th verse, Narada tells Vyasa, Vichakshano syarhati veditum vibhor. Definitely, there are Vichakshana, those are intelligent people who study the Bhagavatam and relish the Bhagavatam. And there are some people who don't understand Bhagavatam. What is going to happen is those who are relishing Bhagavatam, when they speak out, because they cannot but speak out Bhagavatam, those who are unintelligent, they will relish their relishment.
Mm.
The relishment of those who are vichakshana, those who are self-controlled. So just by seeing somebody relishing Bhagavatam, these people who are not qualified, they also relish. So this is the process of Bhagavatam. That is, qualified people relish,
Mhm.
seeing them relishing, the unqualified also relish.
Wonderful. Okay. And Prabhu, what about Shivadam? How is it possible that Bhagavatam is creating auspiciousness for everybody at all times?
Shivadam. This verse talks about the power of Srimad Bhagavatam.
Mhm.
The power of Srimad Bhagavatam is number one, tapatrayon mulanam. Those who are experiencing tapatraya, miseries. The miseries will be uprooted. Number two, it gives the power for a person who is reading Bhagavatam, hearing Bhagavatam, to make Krishna as a kaidi, as a thief in his heart.
Mhm.
He can bind Krishna within his heart. So that is the power. So for those who are not interested in Krishna consciousness, definitely they'll be interested in removing their miseries. So once they sit in Bhagavatam, hear Bhagavatam, their miseries will be immediately destroyed.
Mhm.
So Shivadam, that is auspicious for those people who are not interested in Krishna consciousness. And of course, those who are interested in Krishna consciousness, they have the power to bind Krishna within their heart and relish the sweetness of Krishna within their heart. In this way, all kinds of people, whether that person is a materialistic person, if somebody is interested in liberation, Sukadeva Goswami and the four Kumaras were interested in liberation. Even they got attracted to Krishna. That is how Bhagavatam benefits them. It benefits materialistic people by removing their tapas, and it gives Krishna prema to the liberated souls who are interested in liberation. Even Bhagavatam is beneficial for them. Of course, the devotees, Bhagavatam benefits the devotees
Mhm.
who are always longing to relish Krishna. So Bhagavatam makes Krishna bind in their heart and they can relish Krishna. So in this way, Shivadam, Vastu atra vastu shivadam. It gives auspiciousness to everyone.
Okay. Beautiful. And what about the third line, Prabhu? Srimad Bhagavate Mahamuni Krite Kim Va Parairishwara. So it says Srimad Bhagavatam is by itself sufficient for God realization. What is the need of any other scripture? So if we simply study Srimad Bhagavatam, then there is no need to study any other scriptures?
Yes. Srimad Bhagavatam, if you are relation Srimad Bhagavatam, you don't require any other scripture. Because Srimad Bhagavatam is Krishna.
Hmm.
Last time we discussed about how Krishna is non-different from Srimad Bhagavatam, how Bhagavatam is non-different from Krishna. If you have Bhagavatam with you, it is having Krishna with you. If you have a deity, you may be to be very advanced. You must be very advanced to speak to the deity form of Krishna in your house.
Mhm.
But you have Bhagavatam, even though you are not very advanced, if you can speak to Krishna by reading Bhagavatam. When you are reading Bhagavatam, Krishna speaks to you, you are speaking to Krishna.
Hmm.
So in this way, Krishna is not only realized like Ishvara Sadhyu, attainment of Krishna,
Mhm.
Hridi avarudyate. The next line says Hridi avarudyate. Krishna can be bound in your heart. He can bind Krishna. The devotee who is studying Bhagavatam, his heart becomes the karagara, the jail for Krishna.
Hmm.
The moment you start hearing Bhagavatam, Krishna enters your heart because Krishna is chor, he is
Mhm.
the thief. Now tell me which thief in this world will come to the police station, enter the jail and lock the jail with his keys and then gives the keys to the police. Now this is that kind of thief. That the moment, the only way to catch Krishna, the biggest thief is to read Bhagavatam.
Hmm.
That he will come and opens the heart, which is becomes his jail, because Krishna likes jail, because that is the place he was born. Everybody likes birthplace, isn't it?
Yes.
So Krishna is born in a jail. So he likes jail. Make your heart into a jail. Karagara. Chauragraganyam Purusham Nama. There is one stotra called Chauragraganya
Mhm.
Ashtakam, where this is described at how Krishna is biggest chore and he wants to stay in the heart of a devotee. That is the devotee prays, oh Lord, you make my heart into a jail. So he sits there. Sadhyaha hridi avardhyate. Atta kritivihi shushrushmi takshanat. Yeah.
Fantastic. So, Prabhu, moving forward, the next verse, third verse. Nigama kalpataror galitam phalam shukamukhadamruta drava samyutam pibata bhagavatam rasamalayam muhuraho rasika bhuvi bhavukaha. So, Prabhu, this shloka is one of my favorite explanations of yours on any shlokas that you've ever given. So, I really don't want to ask any specific questions. I just want to open the platform for you to just unpack the shloka so we can all relish it.
So now Bhagavatam's glory, majesty, power has been spoken in the second verse. Third verse talks about the sweetness of Bhagavatam. How Bhagavatam has the power to capture Krishna is been described. Once you capture Krishna, what do you do with the Krishna? Once you have stolen honey, what do you do with that honey? You release that honey.
Hmm.
So you may show your all your powers, intelligence to steal honey or buy honey with your power or get that honey. But after that, what you do? You release the sweetness of that honey. So in the previous verse, Krishna has been captured by the power of Bhagavatam. And that Krishna who is being captured in the heart can be released through Bhagavatam only. So the sweetness of Krishna, sweetness of Bhagavatam is being described here.
Mhm.
That is, Nigama kalpataror galitam phalam. So this Nigama is being compared to a tree, Kalpataru. Kalpataru means desire tree. You desire anything, the desire will be fulfilled by approaching Nigama, means Vedas.
Mhm.
The Vedas is compared to it. The tree has the bark, the twigs, the leaves, the flowers. But in the tree, in a mango tree, what is the most important thing? The fruit. So in the Vedic tree, the Bhagavatam is the most important fruit. Since Bhagavatam is from the Vedic tree, it is Vedic. At the same time, the fruit is detachable from the tree. So it is different from the tree also.
Hmm.
So Bhagavatam is Vedic because it is a fruit of all the Vedas. But at the same time, you cannot eat the tree, but you can eat the fruit only. So there is a distinction between the Bhagavatam and the Veda. Because Bhagavatam is a fruit of the Vedic tree. Nigama kalpataror phalam. Galitam phalam. What kind of tree is it? Galitam. It falls down automatically from the tree. The fruit which has been ripened in the tree, that is the sweetest. Galitam phalam. Sukamukadam amritadrava samyutam. Now we may say when the tree, the fruit is there, it falls down, it breaks. But it doesn't break because the Bhagavatam is received through the parampara. One first Acharya is sitting on the top of the Vedic tree, takes the Bhagavatam fruit and gives to Krishna, gave it to Brahma, Brahma to Vyasa, Vyasa to Narada, Brahma to Narada, Narada to Vyasa, Madhvacharya. In this way, we are receiving this fruit. Galitam phalam. So it is not, it is ripened, at the same time it is not broken. Sukamukad amrita ravasamitam. Generally, Sukha means parrot. The parrot, it goes to the fruit and then checks to its beak whether the fruit is sweet or not. So the parrot only eats the fruit which is ripened, which is sweet. But with this Bhagavatam, Sukamukad Amrita Drava Samhitam, Bhagavatam is sweet, definitely. But because it was spoken by Sukadeva Goswami, it became more sweet. The Bhagavatam was spoken by Vyasa to Sukadeva Goswami, but it was not as sweet as much as when Sukadeva Goswami spoke it. Otherwise, Vyasa and Narada, who is the guru of Sukadeva Goswami and the guru's guru of Sukadeva Goswami is Narada, why they should sit in the class of Bhagavat of Sukadeva Goswami and relish as if they are hearing for the first time? So when Bhagavatam was spoken, taught by Vyasa to Sukadeva Goswami, his son, but when the same Bhagavatam was spoken by Sukadeva Goswami, Vyasa felt the sweetness has reached its perfection. When Vyasa spoke Bhagavatam, it was not so sweet. But when the same thing was spoken by Sukadeva Goswami, Bhagavatam became more sweeter. That is why Sukamukad, Amritadrava Samyutam. In other fruit you have the seed and the skin. But here in this Bhagavatam spoken by Sukadeva Goswami, there is nothing which is a waste product. It is Sukamukad Amrita Drava Samyutam. It is Drava, Amrita Drava. So that is a Pibata. It is not to be eaten, it is drink. Pibata Bhagavatam Rasamalayam. So the word Alayam has got a very interesting meaning. You relish Bhagavatam. You go on drinking Bhagavatam. How long you'll do till you're tired. And then when you wake up again you drink. So Laya has got four meanings. Number one is tired. Number two, till the time you die. And then also Bhagavatam. And Laya has got third meaning, that is, you go on relishing Bhagavatam till you are liberated, and after liberation also continue. And ultimately, there is the fourth one, that is Bhagavatam has till the time you achieve prema. Prema pumartho mahan. And in that prema, the 10th stage is you become murcha. Murcha means you become intoxicated and you are you faint. And after fainting, what do you do? Relish Bhagavatam. So Bhagavatam continues. Muhuraho Rasika Bhuvi Bhagavata. That is a muhur. Again and again. There is no stopping of Srimad Bhagavatam. Muhuraho Rasika Bhuvi Bhagavata. So for that, what you have to be? You have to be Rasika. If you are a Rasika, then only you can relish. Otherwise you cannot. So Rasika Bhuvi Bhagavata. This is the explanation of these words.
So, Prabhu, if we are not already Rasikas, how can we become Rasikas of Srimad Bhagavatam?
By associating with Rasikas, as I have told before. When you hear Bhagavatam for a person is a Rasika, then you also become a Rasika.
Okay. So, Prabhu, why is it said that Srimad Bhagavatam is meant for liberated souls, but yet it is also it can also purify the conditioned souls.
Because Bhagavatam is meant for the liberated souls. But what the liberated souls will do?
Mhm.
They don't keep the Bhagavatam to themselves. The moment a liberated soul, he hears Bhagavatam, he becomes so intoxicated that he just cannot stop himself from speaking Bhagavatam. Who will he speak it to?
Mm.
He'll just goes on speaking. And when those conditioned souls hear these people speaking Bhagavatam, they go, what is this? Such a wonderful thing. He is so much intoxicated, is relishing Krishna Katha, Bhagavatam. Something must be there. So it kindles interest in them. So then they start hearing. They also get down. Srila Prabhupada, what did he do? When he went to America, he just had Bhagavatam and he prayed to Bhagavatam, Markine Dharma, Bhagavat Dharma. Well, Lord, I don't know whether they will hear me or not, but just I'll speak it. But you give me the power in my speech that they also get attracted to this Bhagavatam. So this is why Bhagavatam, when you relish, when you speak, there's no way that others are not captivated by you speaking Bhagavatam.
Mm.
They all see that I'm spending so much of money, so much of hard work I'm doing to get some enjoyment, but this person has nothing and he's just relishing Bhagavatam and he's so happy about it. Let me also taste something. Once they taste, they also get intoxicated.
Mm. Okay. So, Prabhu, now getting into the chapter, Naimishe Nimisha Kshetre Rishaya Shaunakadayah Satram Swargaya Lokaya Sahasra Samamasata. Once in a holy place in the forest of Naimisharanya, great sages headed by the sage Shaunaka assembled to perform a great 1,000-year sacrifice for the satisfaction of the Lord and his devotees. So, Prabhu, what is the significance of the place and time for practicing spirituality?
Spirituality can be practiced anywhere and everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
There is no time, place, and circumstance binding practicing spirituality, practicing bhakti. But at the same time, there are certain places which are favorable. There are certain places which are unfavorable. But that doesn't mean that bhakti is dependent on time, place, and circumstance. Bhakti is independent of time, place, and circumstance. Niyamita smaranena kalaha. Srimnatam Sakata Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtana. It is auspicious in itself. So you don't have to have auspicious time.
Mm.
Like one person came and told me, Prabhuji, we want to have your Bhagavad Katha. So then they told me some dates. I told I am not there during that time. So you want to organize sometime else you can do.
Mm-hmm.
Then they told, no, this is the auspicious time. Then I told, for Bhagavatam, there is no auspicious time.
Mm.
For bhakti, Krishna bhakti, to perform Krishna bhakti, to hear Krishna katha, there is no auspicious time. Actually, whenever you do Bhagavatam, that is auspicious time.
Mm-hmm.
But still, there are certain places which are favorable
Mm-hmm.
for Bhagavatam. There are some unfavorable.
Okay.
So, if you are in a favorable place, then you can reach Bhagavatam the better.
Mm-hmm.
And the most favorable place is the place where devotees are there.
Mm.
And that is called Satra. Satram Sargaya Lokaya. Naimishe Nimishakshetre Rishaya Saunakadaya Satram. In South India, this word Satram is used many places.
Mm.
So every village had a Satra. Now, of course, they sit and play cards and gossip there.
Mm.
And then they get their daughters married, sons married, and some functions they do. But actually, the word Satra means the place where sacrifice happens. And the best sacrifice is hearing and chanting Srimad Bhagavatam, hearing Bhagavatam. So, Naimishe Animisha Kshetre, and that is a Kshetra of animation. Krishna is already present there because Krishna is in the form of a forest.
Mm-hmm.
Just imagine speaking about Krishna, relishing Krishna Katha in the lap of Krishna. So, what can be a better place than that? Just because Naimisharanya is the best place for hearing and chanting Bhagavatam, that doesn't mean other places are not, or other places have some influence and the Bhagavatam is dependent on. No, on time, place, circumstance. But this was chosen place by Sutta Goswami because they are says already interested in hearing Bhagavatam. Of course, if you go by or convenience, the place where devotees are eager to hear Bhagavatam, that is the best place to speak Bhagavatam. And that is the best place to hear Bhagavatam.
Okay. And Prabhu, what can we learn from the selflessness of these amazing sages? They're not doing the sacrifice for themselves, but it is said they were about to perform 1,000-year sacrifice for the satisfaction of the Lord and his devotees. So how can their selflessness inspire us?
That is called a sage. The sages don't live for themselves. The devotees, they don't live for themselves. They live for the benefit of the society. And the only benefit for the society, only way that they can benefit the society is by pleasing Krishna. Yasmin tushte jagat tushte. If Krishna is pleased, then everybody is pleased. That is the reason they are always thinking of their benefit, of people's benefit.
Okay. So, Prabhu, the next one. Ta ekada tu munaya pratar huta hutagnayah satkritam sutamasinam paprachur idam adarat. One day, after finishing their morning duties by burning a sacrificial fire and offering a seat of esteem to Srila Sutta Goswami, the great sages made inquiries with great respect about the following matters. So, Prabhu, in this whole section where offering an elevated seat to Sutta Goswami, accepting him as the speaker, so what can you share with us about this nature of showing respect and adoration towards one's teacher or spiritual master?
That extent you have respect for a person, to that extent you will take the subject matter spoken by the person very seriously. So the etiquette is to respect the teacher. If you don't respect the teacher, that means you don't have the respect for what he speaks. That is why respect is the most important in the spiritual life. That is why you respect your guru. You glorify your guru. When you glorify your spiritual master, Krishna is pleased. When Krishna is pleased, what happens is in your heart Krishna sits and make you understand what your guru is speaking. Because it is not within the capacity of our intelligence that we can understand what our guru is speaking. Who makes us understand is Krishna. Bhagavad Gita Krishna says, what does he say? Tesham evanukampartam mahamajnanam tamaha ajnanajam tamaha nashayami atma bhavasto. I am sitting in everybody's heart and destroy. When does he destroy? When he sees that this person is surrendered to the spiritual master. When he respects the spiritual master. Krishna becomes very pleased when you see you respect your guru. So that is why we may say, oh, I am just hearing from my guru. Ultimately, I have to attain Lord. So why I have to respect him? You get information, not knowledge, but not knowledge. If you have respect for your guru, that information what is he giving transforms into knowledge.
Okay. Nice. And Prabhu, in the next few shlokas, these Shaunakadi rishis are glorifying the qualities exhibited by Sutta Goswami. They're using the word anaga, that he is free from all vices. Akhyatani, aditani, he is explained as well as he is well read. Veda vidam shreshtaha, he is the eldest learned Vedantist. He is saumya, pure and simple. Snigdhasya, submissive, he is gentle. So what can we learn from these, that when we accept a spiritual master also, what are the things that we have to look for in accepting someone as our authority?
The qualification as a speaker of Bhagavatam is very simple. He should be first anagha. That is why I say, Tvaya kalu puranani saitihasani chanagha. Anagha means sinless. What is the meaning of being sinless? They should not eat meat, they should not have illicit sexual relationships, and they should be not doing intoxication, and they should not eat non-veg. That means they should be vegetarians. Minimum, this should be that. So because these four activities are sinful because they destroy the pillar of dharma. Intoxication destroys austerity, and non-vegetarian destroys mercy, and gambling destroys truthfulness, and what is the fourth one? And illicit destroys cleanliness.
Cleanliness, yeah.
So then how can anybody be qualified to speak Bhagavatam if they are indulging in these four activities? So you are pure, anaga. At the same time, you're well read in the Puranas and Itihasas because you have heard it many times and spoken it many times.
Mm.
So you have got expertise by hearing and chanting because by hearing and chanting, you churn your consciousness and the amrita of realization of sakshatkar comes. That means you are realized.
Mm-hmm.
To the extent you hear, extent you chant. That is like churning.
Mm.
So you churn your consciousness with constantly hearing, and whatever you heard, speaking.
Don't whether
Just don't bother whether you understood or not understood.
Mm.
Go on hearing. And whether you're qualified or not qualified, don't bother about it. Just go on speaking like a madman.
Mm.
Then comes realization. So Sudha Goswami had done it. That is why Akhyatyanaditani. Not only that, you know Dharma Shastras,
Mm-hmm.
and also you know Vedavidam Sreshtaha Bhagavan Badarayanaha.
Mm.
You know the Siddhanta of Vedavyasa. And not only that, you know the antagonistic philosophies. Anyecha Munayaha.
Mm-hmm.
You know Nyaya, Vaisheshika, Sankhya, Yoga, Purvamamsa, Uttaramamsas, Mayavad aspect of the Uttaramamsa. Because you should know what is wrong also. If you want to present what is right, you have to present that right in defense by refuting the other philosophies. You present the right philosophy, then it is more profound. Anyech Mane Sutta, Para Avara Viduhu. You also know the Vedanta Sutras very nicely.
Mm-hmm.
Vetattam Saumya. Most important, you are Saumya. You are very humble in spite of all this knowledge. Vetattam tat sarvam tattatastadanugraha, because of your saumyatva, because of your humility. Sukadeva Goswami became very pleased because of his anugraha, because of his mercy. You have got the secrets. Though Bhagavatam was spoken by Sukadeva Goswami to thousands of people in front of him, but specifically he had Parikshit in his mind, and also to you because you are Saumya.
Mm.
That is why the secrets were revealed in your heart. Though pravachan was same for everyone, but secrets will be revealed only to those whom the speaker shows anugraha.
Okay.
These are the qualifications of a speaker of Bhagavatam, a Guru of Bhagavatam.
So, Prabhu, a little bit of elaboration on this anugraha. So, in the 8th verse, just now you talked about Saumyatvam. And because you're submissive, your spiritual masters have endowed you with all the favors bestowed upon a gentle disciple. Therefore, you can tell us all that you have scientifically learned from them. So, here Prabhupada is also writing a fantastic line. The secret of success in spiritual life is in satisfying the spiritual master and thereby getting his sincere blessings. So I recently heard you in one of the places also, somebody said, आपका आशीर्वाद है तो हो जाएगा, and you said आशीर्वाद तो है लेकिन लेने वाला चाहिए. So how can we become qualified disciples so we can become the recipients of the mercy of our spiritual master?
Service. That is why Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Tadvidya pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnana tadvarashna. So we have seva. Sevaya pariprashnena. When somebody does seva, then your prashna, whatever you asked, whatever you heard, becomes digested. That means becomes transforms into realization. So sometimes people say whether I should do swadhyaya, should I do seva? They are not two contradictory things. They are one and the same. Because the more seva you do, whatever swadhyaya you done, that transforms to realization. The more realization you have, the more swadhyaya you do.
Mhm.
The more swadhyaya you do, when it transforms into realization when you do seva. In this way, one complements each other. Uh, it is not that they are contradictory.
Mhm.
So you study at the same time you serve. So it is a service which transforms the knowledge what you have gained into realization.
Mhm.
That is a quality of a disciple. That is why tatra tatranjasa vishman bhavati pumsam ekanta shretanna samskrita vahasi. So they are start asking the questions.
Mhm.
And also they are willing to serve in a humble mood. That is the quality of a disciple.
Okay. So, Prabhu, now entering into the 6 questions asked by the sages, the very first question, shloka number 9. Tatra tatra tatranjasayushman bhavata yadvinishchitam pumsam ekantata shreyas samshitum arhasi. Please, therefore, being blessed with many years, explain to us in an easily understandable way what you have ascertained to be the absolute and ultimate good for the people in general. So, Prabhu, this word Shreyaha, Arjuna also several times he asked Krishna, please tell me what is Shreyaha. And here also, the very first question asked by the sages headed by Shaunaka is, please tell us what is the ultimate good. So, what can we learn from this foundational? How is this the most important foundational question to ask, inquire about our ultimate good?
Arjuna asked the same question called Shreya 3 times in Bhagavad Gita.
Hmm.
So we should know there is a distinction between Shreyas and Prayas. Shreyas means something which is good for me, and Prayas means something which makes me feel good. Not everything which makes me feel good is good for me.
Hmm.
The feeling is only a feeling. I say, I feel so nice. You're just a feeling, it is not. So what is good and what makes you feel good? There's a lot of difference between that.
Mhm.
So intelligent person will accept something which is good for him, even though he doesn't feel good about it.
Mhm.
He'll reject something which may make him feel good, but which is not good for him. Like, for example, somebody is having some disease. The doctor says, don't eat ice cream. So, but he feels good by eating the ice cream. What he says? Forget about the doctor. I feel good, so I eat it. Then he becomes more sick. And he uses medicine, which the person is not feeling good about taking the medicine because it is bitter.
Mhm.
So, though intelligent person, what does he do? He takes the medicine even though he doesn't feel good about taking the medicine because it is bitter. Even though he may feel good by taking the ice cream or eating the ice cream, he'll not because it is not good for him.
Mhm.
So, this is the difference between Shreyas and Prayas. Shreyas means something is good for you, and Prayas means something which makes you just feel good. Now, the actual meaning of the word Shreyas is number one, the thing which is nothing greater than it for you. Number two, the thing which has no equal to it. Number three, that which is not included in something else when you're comparing it.
Mhm.
For example, you're comparing with something else. Then how can you say this is shares? Because this is incomparable. What is there in it is not present in it at all. Hmm. It is not included in something else. And what is that only thing which is shares? It is prema. It is Krishna prema. It is bhakti. So indirectly they are asking about bhakti only. Ekantah shreyaha.
Mhm.
So this Shreya is bhakti, that prema bhakti, which brings Krishna also under control. Hmm. That is what they are asking for.
Okay,
Wanted.
okay, okay. So, Prabhu, the next shloka, the 10th verse, where they're describing the features of Kali Yuga, I want to ask this shloka in connection with 16th. I'll quote both of them and then present my question. प्रायेणाल्पायुषः सभ्य कलौ अस्मिन् युगे जनाः मन्दासुमन्दमतयो मन्दभाग्या ह्युपद्रुताः. O learned one, in this iron age of Kali, men have but short lives. They are quarrelsome, lazy, misguided, unlucky, and above all, always disturbed. So this proves that the sages are very well aware of the qualities of Kali Yuga, the disqualifications. And then the solution they are seeking to counteract the ill effects of Kali Yuga is very interesting, which is there in the 16th verse. को वा भगवतस्तस्य पुण्यश्लोकेऽद्य कर्मणः शुद्धिकामो न शृणुयाद् यशः कलिमलापहम्. Who is there desiring deliverance from the vices of the age of quarrel, who is not willing to hear the virtuous glories of the Lord? So this is super interesting, Prabhu. The solution they are seeking to counteract the effects of Kali Yuga is to hear the virtuous glories of the Lord. So as a principle, how can hearing glories of the Lord remove the quarrelsome nature, the laziness, the inauspiciousness, all the ill effects of Kali Yuga? So what is so great about hearing the glories of the Lord?
I have a question for that. In spite of all the education which is happening in this world, Kali Yuga, the contamination is increasing. Do people have any other solution?
No, I don't think
No.
so.
It is increasing. See, in spite of all the colleges, universities being set up, what is happening there? That is where they start getting addicted to drugs. That is where they drink alcohol. That is where all the vices are. The universities and the colleges and the hostels, they are the breeding places of all the vices in this world.
Yes.
And that is where young boys and girls very nicely trained very nicely in their house in a very cultured manner. They become, they give up all the culture and take up all bad habits. Where do they do that? In the hostels, in the schools, in the college. Where does the child learn all the bad language? There. So they are the breeding places of Kali. Where does the maximum quarrel happen? In these education institutes only. So they are hearing so much of scrap. That is why they are getting more and more into vices. So you don't have any alternative. So Bhagavatam gives that alternative. What is that? Hear and chant. Hear Bhagavatam. Hear about Krishna. Chant the names of Krishna. And this has been proved with Pratyaksha Praman. It is not just theory. Why accept some theory, something written somewhere? When Srila Prabhupada went to America, there, who were they? There are hippies. And they became happy by hearing about Krishna, by chanting the names of Krishna. They were eating cow meat, but now they are not even eating onion garlic. They were intoxicated 24 hours a day. They used to take injections so that they get intoxicated when alcohol and other drugs would not take them high. So then they would use all these injections and all these things so that they become high in their so-called intoxication. But now they don't even drink tea and coffee. They were not even taking bath for days together. Now they are getting up early in the morning, taking bath, they're wearing clean clothes, putting tilak, and then coming in front of the Lord. They used to sleep whole day, but now they're getting up early in the morning at 4 o'clock and doing Mangala. So they need not do it. Did Prabhupada force them to do? No. He just spoke Bhagavatam and that removed all the vices. I always tell when I go to some children program, I always say, you're buying so many wonderful things, good things to your child. Good toys, good games, and good school you're giving them. Your good clothes you're giving them. You're buying good clothes for them. Where is the shop where you can buy good qualities for your children? Is there any shop? Okay, even if there is a shop, what price you have to pay for that? Why don't you buy good quality of discipline to your child? There's one shop, that is ISKCON, International Society for Krishna Consciousness,
Hmm.
where good qualities are sold.
Hmm.
And what is the price you have to pay? The only price you have to pay is your faith,
Hmm.
Shraddha. Shraddha mule Shuddhanam, Hatate Bikaye. Shraddha. You just have faith and try out. Good qualities will manifest. Kali will be destroyed by hearing the names of Krishna, by chanting the names of Krishna. It has been proven. It is protection. Try out. You're trying out so many things, isn't it? Try out this also. Try this also.
So, Prabhu, is it accurate to say when we hear the glories of the Lord by way of hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, so by way of changing, purifying our consciousness, by changing our perspective, how we perceive the world, so that is how we are overcoming these vices and this quarrelsome nature?
Yeah. The perspective is that I am the enjoyer. That is why we indulge into this quarrel. When you understand Krishna is the enjoyer, then all the vices are gone. Just by hearing Krishna Katha, by Bhagavatam, then this understanding comes. I am not the enjoyer, Krishna is the enjoyer. That's why no Kali.
Yes, yes. Okay. Makes sense. So, Prabhu, the next question given here in the 11th verse, भूरीनि भूरि कर्माणि श्रोतव्यानि विभागशः अतः सादोऽत्र यत्सारं समुद्धृत्य मनीषया ब्रूहि भद्राय भूतानां येनात्मासु प्रसीदति. There are many varieties of scriptures, and in all of them, there are many prescribed duties which can be learned only after many years of study in their various divisions. Therefore, O sage, please select the essence of all these scriptures and explain it for the good of all beings, that by such instruction their hearts may be fully satisfied. So, Prabhu, what is the importance to focus on the essence, what they are asking here?
So now, the question is very simple. When Sutta Goswami was asked by Sesha Naimisharanya that please tell us what is Shreya, then Sutta Goswami told them, you want Shreya? Go to Vedas, study them. Then they told, we went to Vedas, we studied them. Because when we studied, then what happened? One place something is told, something other thing is told. Bhurini bhuri karmani. So many things have been told, but we are not able to conclude one thing. Tadekam vadanischitva. We want to know that one thing. Because many things are spoken in the Vedas. We are confused. That is why if you tell go to the Vedas, we are not going to go. We are going to come to you only, nobody else. Because bhuri karmani shrotavyani vibhagashaha. Ataha sadhyo sadhyor atra yatra saram. That is why you take the essence of the Vedas. Samudrutya manisha, by churning the butter, you churning the curd, you get the butter. In the same way, you churn all the Vedas and get the butter out of it, the essence of it, and give it to us. Because we don't have much time. Even though we may have time, but those who are coming in the future, in Kali Yuga, they don't have much time to go and study the Vedas. Because they have prayad alpayushaha. So when you are speaking Bhagavatam, don't just keep us in mind and speak. Keep those people who are going to come in future in the age of Kali. Keep them in the mind and speak. And always disturb. If you go and say, disturb person, go and study the Veda, will he do that? No. A person who is very unfortunate, in spite of having 5 crore rupees in his bank, but still he is working hard, morning 7 till 10 o'clock. And when he comes home, he doesn't get hot chapati because wife has gone somewhere else. So, in spite of being very fortunate, but of having all the property, all the wealth, still they are unfortunate. And you tell him, study the Veda. Not possible. So, Bhurini Bhuri Karmani Shrotavyani Bhagasha Ataha Sadhotratsaram. You take the essence of it and give it in the form of Srimad Bhagavatam. Samudriti Manisha. Bhuri Bhadra Bhutanam Enatma Suprasidati. By hearing which Atma Suprasidati, our intelligence becomes satisfied.
Okay. So now the third question. Sutajanasi bhadram te bhagavan satvatam patihi devakyam vasudevasya jato yasya chikirshaya. All blessings upon you, O Suta Goswami. You know for what purpose the personality of Godhead appeared in the womb of Devaki as the son of Vasudeva. So what is the significance of this question, Prabhu? Why do they want to know the reason for Krishna's appearance in the womb of Devaki?
So Sutta Goswami, he speaks about hearing and chanting about Krishna and Yashoda. So Bhadramte, all auspiciousness unto you. They are blessing because Sutta Goswami is younger to them. Vatsalya is there, so they bless him. Though he is a speaker, they start blessing him. Out of enthusiasm and out of great Vatsalya they spoke. Sattvatam patihi. Sattvatam pati means one who possesses the Lord, or devotees are those who possess the Lord in their heart. That is why they are known as Sattvatam. So followers of Krishna, they are known as Sattvatas, Sattvatam patihi. So Sutajanadi Vadrante Bhagavan Sattvatam patihi Devakyam Vasudevasya Jato Yasya Chikirshaya. So we want to hear about that Krishna who appeared in the womb of Devaki. Why we want to hear about him? Because the previous verse, we asked you a question, that is, what is the thing which satisfies our heart? That is bhakti. And the primary step in bhakti is hearing. So, did Krishna came only for those people at that particular time who are present at this time? Or is it meant for everyone? I feel, or we feel, that Krishna came so that even those who are going to appear in future also, they are going to benefit. So Krishna came and performed pastimes so that you are going to write Bhagavatam. Vyasa is going to write Bhagavatam and you are going to speak about Krishna. So purpose of appearance of Krishna is not just to do some pastimes, so that the purpose is the pastimes will be recorded and you will be speaking to us. So we want to hear more about it. So they know the answers to this question. It is not not that the sages of Naimisharanya, they had no answers for this question. They knew the answers for this. They are asking out of enthusiasm. They are asking out of eagerness to hear.
Okay. So, Prabhu, the next two questions I'll combine and ask, 17th and 18th verses. Tasya karmanyudarani parigitani suribihi bruhina shraddhadananam leelaya dadatakkalaha. His transcendental acts are magnificent and gracious, and great learned sages like Narada sing of them. Please, therefore, speak to us who are eager to hear about the adventures he performs in his various incarnations. And the following shloka. अताक्या हि हरेर्धीमन् अवतारकथाशुभाः लीला विदधत् स्वैरम् ईश्वरस्यात्ममायया. O wise Suta, please narrate to us the transcendental pastimes of the Supreme Godhead's multi-incarnations. Such auspicious adventures and pastimes of the Lord, the Supreme Controller, are performed by his internal powers. So, Prabhu, just now you said it's not that the sages don't know about Krishna's appearance, Krishna's pastimes, but however, they are eager to hear. So, here also they're asking, as way of fourth and fifth question, specifically they want to know about the Purushavatara and Leelavataras of Krishna. So, if you can highlight this quality of wanting to repeatedly hear about Krishna's pastime in spite of knowing it already.
Repetition leads to realization. Knowing is not everything. Repetition is the most important thing. That is called abhyasa.
Okay.
Abhyasa yoga yuktena chitasa nanyagamina param purusham divyam bhartiyatana chintayan. So Krishna tells in the Bhagavad Gita that what is important is abhyasa. Abhyasa yoga. In Bhagavatam, there are 18,000 verses. How much where you are read is not important. How many times you've done is important. It may be just one chapter, but if you go on repeating, that shines in your heart. That chapter, those verses, they shine in your heart. So Krishna is unlimited. You cannot complete. You just cannot complete Bhagavatam. But what you can do is repeat. That is why Vedanta Sutra says, Anavati Shabdhat. That's our last sutra. Means, Avrutti, you go on. You completed, do again. Completed, do again. The purpose of completing is to read again. The purpose of hearing is to hear again. That is why Parikshit Maharaj in the 10th canto, when he asked Sukadeva Goswami, I want to hear why this Gwalbal, they spoke about Aghasura Vada after 1 year, as if it has happened the same day. Parikshit Maharaj is doing that. Sukadeva Goswami told Parikshit Maharaj, hey Parikshit, that is your nature, your Bhagavatottama, because yannutanasya ishasya shrunvannapi katamahuhu. So some inquiry, some questions are just to inquire. Is it true or what? I know it is not true, you're just speaking like that. Though it is questioning. Another question is what? Like a newspaper. Oh, can you know how many people have come for a Yatra? Can you know something about? They just inquire for the sake of inquiring. They're neutral. Now, some people want to know, jigyasu. They don't know, and the highest level of knowing, asking question is, I know the answer, but still I am asking so that I want to hear from you. I want to relish. The purpose of asking is relishment. That is why they are asking about the Purusha avatars, which is the fourth question. Purusha avatars, Kala means that is Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. Asking about Guna avatars, not only Purusha avatars, asking about Guna avatars, which is known as Kala. Leelaya Dadatta Kala, 17th verse. And the fifth question they asked about, we want to hear about Krishna, from whom all the Leela avatars are coming. Actually, they don't want to hear about the Guna avatars. They want to hear about Krishna from whom the Guna avatars have come. So they want to hear about the Krishna from whom all the Leela avatars have come. Of course, when it comes to the third chapter, we'll talk about how Krishna is source of all incarnations.
So finally, the last question, Prabhu, sixth question asked by the sages. Bruhi Yogeshware Krishne Brahmanye Dharma Varmani Swam Kashtha Madhunopete Dharmakam Sharanam Gatah. Since Sri Krishna, the absolute truth, the master of all mystic powers, has departed for his own abode, please tell us to whom the religious principles have now gone for shelter. So, Prabhu, why is this inquiry into the shelter of Dharma after Krishna's departure considered crucial? Why are they asking this question?
Because they want to hear Bhagavatam. All the other questions are there, but this question is going to expand into these 18,000 verses, which is going to come in future. If they would not ask these questions, and the whole Bhagavatam will be over in just 3 chapters, over. The 4th chapter of this first canto started because Sutta Goswami answered the 6th question by saying that when Krishna went, the same Krishna came as Bhagavatam. And he appeared. Krishna Chandra went. And the same Krishna Chandra took the form of Bhagavat Surya, Bhagavat Arka, and came. Like when the moon set happens, moon sets, the sun rises. In the same way, but here moon is different, sun is different. But the same Krishna, who is Krishna Chandra, he came as Bhagavat Arka. Arka means sun. So they asked this question, when Krishna left, who is going to show the path in the future, in the age of Kali? How Krishna left us and went? No. If he is people in the age of Kali, if Krishna would have been there here, people would have not accepted him, like Duryodhana did not accept him. So Krishna thought, let me come in the form of Bhagavatam. So that is why they asked this question, Ru Yogeshware Krishna. Because Krishna is Dharma Vartmani. Dharma Vartmani, or one who is a protector of Dharma. Dharma, Varmani or Vartmani, both same. So Krishna is a protector of Dharma. How can he just leave us? In the age of Kali, Adharma is going to spread more. So is he not concerned about people in the age of Kali? No, he is concerned. So he took a different form and came, because the same form as Krishna is not going to work in the age of Kali. He has to take another form of Bhagavatam. And when we explain the Bhagavatam, Krishna has to come in the form of Chaitanya, in the mood of Srimati Radharani. Okay.
Okay. So, Prabhu, to wrap up this whole chapter, in the beginning it said all these sages gathered in the holy place of Naimisharanya to perform a 1000-year sacrifice. But however, now they left that 1000-year sacrifice and now they've sat down to hear from Suta Goswami. So why this switch?
They only tell in the future, in the further verses, they say that we have been doing sacrifice for 1000 years. The only result was our bodies became black. So now we are fed up with that now. That is why we are asking. Especially the Kali Yuga has come, in the age of Kali Yuga. Sacrifice is not the methodology of attaining perfection of life, because people don't have the capacity to do that. So the only way is to hear and chant. That is why we are asking.
Okay. Good, Prabhu. Very nice. That's a good wrap up for the whole discussion. So, Prabhu, now moving on to the Brahmastra segment. So today's theme is going to be Who Am I? So it's going to be super simple actually. I'll just give a few hints, and based on that you have to guess who this character is from Srimad Bhagavatam. It's going to be pretty straightforward. Are you ready, Prabhu?
I'll try out.
Okay, that's the spirit. I taught my demoniac father the ABCs of bhakti while he was busy being evil. Who am I?
Prahlad.
Okay, Jai. I am the Kshatriya who made Krishna break his promise during the war of Kurukshetra.
Bhishma.
Jai. I am the demon who thought being a calf was a foolproof disguise, but Krishna still identified and killed me.
Vatsasra.
Okay. I am the queen whose sari became I'm the queen whose sari became infinite when my honor was at stake.
Draupadi. It is too simple.
Very, very easy. Okay. I'm the mountain that got churned like butter for nectar.
Mandara mountain.
Okay. I am the first cosmic multitasker born with 4 heads to handle all the Vedic knowledge.
Brahma.
Okay. I'm the guy who gave Kamsa nightmares even before I was born.
Krishna.
Okay. I'm the grandson of Arjuna who got protected by Krishna even before I was born.
Parikshit.
Okay. I'm the queen who sent Krishna a transcendental love letter and rewrote the rules of Swayamvara.
Rukmini.
Okay. I'm the queen of Vrindavan who rules Krishna's heart with the power of pure love.
Srimati Radharani.
Okay. I am the daughter of pride and the wife of humility. This prasanga is going on in your Meera Road right now. I've been relishing them.
Oh. Sati.
Yes. Okay. Maybe the last one. I am the queen who prayed to Krishna for more troubles and so that I can see him more and more.
Kunti.
Nice. So today's was very easy. Next time I'll try to come up with something more difficult. So thank you very much, Prabhu. As always, it was very insightful. So I think now we've kind of understood the gist of the first chapter. So really appreciate that. So Hare Krishna, everyone. In this chapter, we've just gotten to know what are the 6 profound questions asked by the Shaunakadi rishis to Suta Goswami. So I'm sure that you are super eager to know what the answers are going to be. But for that, you have to wait another week. So in the next episode, when we come back, we are going to enter into chapter number 2, where Suta Goswami is going to reciprocate and answer the questions of Shaunakadi rishis. So until then, stay inquisitive, stay Krishna conscious. We will see you soon. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.